Hey everyone, welcome to Tesla Shorts Time, daily episode 520 for June 23rd, 2026. I'm Patrick, coming to you from Vancouver. Here's what you need to know about Tesla today. Finland's transport agency is now testing whether Tesla FSD can manage icy roads and obscured markings before any rollout to local owners. The National Highway Traffic Safety Administration has opened a probe into a fatal crash in Texas. Investigators are looking at whether full self-driving was active and how the system behaved in the moments leading up to the incident. Tesla has stated that the driver overrode the system during the event. The investigation also reaches into questions around the robotaxi program and plans for unsupervised FSD operation. Shares reacted to the news as broader regulatory attention on the technology continues. While U.S. regulators examine one crash, European regulators are watching real-world sales momentum. Tesla posted a sharp rebound in European sales during May. Registrations more than doubled compared with the previous month. The Model Y moved back into the top 3 models sold across the region. Those gains arrived against a mixed overall electric vehicle market. BYD continues to expand its presence with new models and pricing in the same markets. The numbers mark a clear reversal from softer results seen in April across several countries. Sales strength in Europe contrasts with the stricter local testing now underway in Finland. Finland's Traficom has begun evaluating Tesla FSD under winter conditions. The agency will test performance on ice, snow, and roads with obscured markings before any owner rollout. The review builds on the Dutch provisional approval from April but adds stricter local safety checks. If cleared, the software would reach roughly 6,500 newer Tesla models already registered in Finland. Drivers must remain fully attentive no matter the outcome of the evaluation. This connects to the ongoing questions around unsupervised FSD approval we have followed in recent episodes. Regulators evaluating driver assistance systems must decide how much local road data is required before granting approval. Finland's approach starts from an existing Dutch provisional clearance, yet adds explicit tests for snow, ice, and obscured markings that the baseline review did not cover. That extra layer reveals a basic tension between broad training data and the need for region-specific validation when pavement conditions and signage quality change sharply. The practical result is a staggered rollout even inside the EU. Only newer vehicles already on finished roads would receive the software if Traficom signs off, and drivers remain fully responsible at every moment. This structure limits immediate scale while creating a measurable safety dataset under winter conditions that other markets can later reference. For Tesla, the cost shows up in deployment timing rather than hardware changes. Each additional national review extends the period before unsupervised operation can generate revenue at volume. An analyst forecast puts Tesla on track for 392,900 vehicle deliveries in the second quarter. The estimate comes while production continues at the 3 main factories. No model-by-model breakdown was included in the projection. The figure will be compared directly against Tesla's official delivery report once released. Rivian plans to launch the R3 compact adventure SUV as a direct competitor to Tesla models. The vehicle combines off-road capability with a lower price point than current Rivian offerings. Rivian positions the R3 to capture buyers seeking style and utility in a smaller package. Production timing and final pricing remain to be confirmed. The R3 announcement arrives as Tesla continues volume production of the Model Y and Model 3 at its main factories. Reports note the R3 targets a segment that overlaps with existing Tesla crossover demand. No specific launch date for the R3 has been set in the current coverage. Reports outline a stretched Model Y variant expected for 2027 with added rear legroom. The longer wheelbase version would target markets that favor 3-row or larger family vehicles. No official confirmation or pricing details have been released by Tesla. Production would likely occur at existing overseas factories. The Model YL concept follows ongoing demand for more spacious variants in certain regions. Earlier Model Y updates focused on range and performance rather than wheelbase changes. Any 2027 introduction would depend on factory tooling decisions not yet detailed. Vehicle volumes remain central, yet Tesla is also locking in large energy storage orders. NatPower signed a $5 billion agreement for 25 gigawatt-hours of Megapack storage. The deal covers large-scale projects across multiple regions. Deliveries and installations will stretch over several years. The order adds to Tesla's growing energy storage backlog outside of vehicle production. Domestic manufacturing strength sits alongside new app features aimed at owners. The Model 3 and Model Y once again topped the American-made index compiled by Cars.com. This marks the sixth consecutive year the two models have taken the top two spots. Tesla vehicles have led the ranking every year since the list began. Tariffs and the end of the federal EV tax credit reduced representation from the Detroit 3 on this year's index. While owners engage with new features, real-world data on battery behavior continues to emerge. An ex-rental Model Y lost roughly 20% of battery capacity in its first 2 years of heavy use. Subsequent data shows the degradation rate has nearly plateaued. The pattern suggests high-utilization vehicles may stabilize after initial capacity loss. Owners tracking similar packs will watch whether the plateau holds over additional mileage. The example comes from a vehicle subjected to rental fleet conditions before private ownership. No broader fleet-wide statistics were included in the report. The findings focus on one vehicle's capacity trend over time. A Cybertruck completed a 350-mile boat towing trip while averaging 700 watt-hours per mile. Maintaining 55 miles per hour proved more efficient overall and higher speeds despite the added load. The test highlights real-world towing consumption under highway conditions. No official Tesla towing range claims were referenced in the report. The load totaled 6,500 pounds for the full distance. Efficiency measurements were recorded throughout the run at consistent speeds. The results add to owner-collected data on Cybertruck performance with trailers. A Delaware bill would authorize DNREC to provide financial assistance for Tesla purchases by lower-income residents. The measure aims to expand EV access beyond current federal incentives. No funding amount or program details have been finalized. Passage would create a state-level channel for Tesla adoption support. The proposal targets households that may not qualify for existing rebates. Sponsors frame the bill as a way to broaden electric vehicle availability at the state level. No timeline for a vote has been announced in the current reports. Tesla added Charge Stats 2 to the mobile app. The update lets owners view road trips on a map and track charging milestones. New badges are earned by visiting specific superchargers. Owners reach the view through the Tesla app under Charging and then Charge Stats and Badges. The feature builds on the existing Charging Passport by adding visual trip data and milestone rewards. Tesla also launched a 2026 free supercharging contest. The competition awards free supercharging miles based on charging activity. Owners have already noted adjusting longer routes to collect new supercharger visits. The program layers additional gamification onto the passport collection mechanic. Before we go, keep an eye on how the Finnish winter test results might influence other European approvals in the months ahead. That covers it for today's Tesla developments. TSLA closed at $381.52, down $23.53, 5.8%. Share this episode with a fellow Tesla enthusiast if you found it useful, and subscribe so you don't miss tomorrow's episode. I'm Patrick in Vancouver. Thanks for being here. And before you go, this show is part of the NERA Network, a family of daily podcasts covering tech, science, markets, and more. If you enjoyed today's episode, give SpaceX Daily a listen, the daily companion for following SpaceX as a public company from Starship to the stock ticker. You can explore the whole lineup at neranetwork.com. This episode used AI voice synthesis of my voice. Editorial selection and analysis are my own.